Hello everyone, this is Shivyogi here. So today I would be covering on a very important and a common topic, that is digestive system. So in detail I would be covering what is digestive system, how it works, and what are the issues related to digestive system, and what are the symptoms for the bad and good digestion, and which are the things which we can change in our diet and lifestyle to improve or reduce the issues of digestion, and finally how the supplements will help or support in keeping a very healthy digestive system. So I would be first explaining how digestion actually works in a human body. So as you see from the figure, normally when you take food inside your mouth, you chew it, and it is broken down into small pieces, and you mix it with the saliva. So this process happens in the mouth, and once the food is chewed and it becomes a little bit smaller pieces, it is transferred, and it is going through the stomach. So the pipe which we see here, it is called esophagus, and it is finally transferred to a bag like structure or organ called stomach. So what happens in stomach is very similar to the example of a mixer grinder. So what happens in mixer, you normally you cut the vegetables or fruits into small pieces, and you put into a mixer and add little bit of water in that, so that it becomes a little bit thicker paste or semi solid kind of thing. Same thing happens in a stomach. So the food which is broken down and transferred to the stomach, the digestive juices which we call in the stomach, and enzymes help in digestion and breaking down of the complex food. So that happens normally in the stomach. For these things to process, there are very important roles of liver and pancreas. So liver normally generates juice called bile, which helps in digestion of the food. So pancreas also produces certain enzymes which is very important to help in digestion of the food in the stomach. So once the stomach has done its part, the food is then moved on to a small intestine. In small intestine, what happens is the nutrient absorption takes place. So maximum amount of nutrients such as proteins, carbohydrates, and fats are all absorbed, and it is sent to all parts of the body with the help of blood streams. So I can say maximum amount of food absorption and breaking down of food takes place entirely. So the next process is with the help of large intestine. In large intestine, normally what happens is the food is already absorbed. The liquid part or the watery part is absorbed in the large intestine, and the waste or the debris of all the food after nutrient extraction is pushed out of the large intestine through rectum. So if I give an example of a sugarcane extractor, so what happens in sugarcane extractor is normally you put sugarcane there, and you get sugarcane juice in a different jar, and the waste you get in a different place, and you throw it out. Similarly, same thing happens in a large intestine. The water is absorbed and taken into various parts of the body, and the waste product is it is helped to exit out of the body. So this is how normal digestion works. So when it comes to a good digestion system, so what are the symptoms or habits, or I can say you can say whatever. I will say healthy digestive system should be like when you are having a high energy level in the body, and your skin, your hair quality, first your appearance makes a lot of difference. So your skin quality is glowing, and your hairs are healthy, and texture is good. These are the symptoms, basic symptoms, which you can say, okay, he has a good digestive systems. Apart from this, if you observe, if the person is having burping also, so if it is normally around 10 in a day, then it is fine. Even if the person is having a farting, so if it is less than 10 times a day, it is a normal thing. So it is nothing to be worried. And also how comfortably you are passing the stool. Maybe it is restricted to 3 times a day, till up to 3 times in a week. So anything less than 3 times in a week and more than 3 times in a day is not a sign of healthy functioning of digestive system. And also a person feels hungry in every 2 to 3 hours or 4 hours normally. If the person is having a good digestive systems, he will not be feeling fatigueness. Similarly, the opposite is in a bad digestive system. So what happens in if your digestion system is not good, you will have a frequent motion. Also your energy levels will be down all the day. Of course your skin and skin will not be glowing, it will be dull, and you will not be having a very good sleep pattern. And also when it comes to motion also, it may be a frequent motion, kind of diarrhea also, all those things. And of course stomach gets upset. Upset in the sense people feel kind of a burning sensation in the middle part of the chest, and some people face kind of a bloating issues. So different people have different experiences. So these are all the symptoms which we normally conclude to have a bad digestion system. So now what happens if you avoid these symptoms of bad digestive systems? So this takes place in a very severe situation, which normally takes in a form of constipation issue, or some people face acidity issue. People also have a kind of weight fluctuations. Constant weight will not be there. Their sleep patterns will be too much of disturbed. You may suffer it with the later stress levels also when your sleep level is not good. People also suffer from because of the not good skin, they may suffer from pimples and obesity issues also related to it. So acidity, mouth ulcers, all these kind of issues takes place, though we cannot realize the severity of it, because of which it happens. People still neglect it. They think that it is because of something else. So you should be able to identify when you are talking to a person or doing a consultation. Similarly, when I come to diet part or lifestyle changes to have a very healthy digestive system, first and foremost thing is you should be avoiding all kind of caffeine or aerated drinks, maybe cold drinks, Pepsi, Coca-Cola, all these, even alcohols, tea, coffees, all these should be very in a limited consumption. Maybe coffee or tea you can have at least one or maximum twice, but not more than that. If the frequency is more, it is not good. And also you should avoid outside food, as everybody normally tells for a healthy living. You should avoid a deep fried, spicy food, oily and high sugary content food like bakery items or sweet items. And also you should be taking a good part of diet also. When it comes to good diet, you should be having a very fiber and protein rich diet. So normally you should replace sometimes at least thrice or four times you should replace it with the normal white rice with the brown rice, or oats, barley, all whole grain chapatis kind of things, and also corn. All those things you should be including in your diet. And of course raw vegetables and fruits you should include in your servings at least twice a day. And you can also have a curd in the evening or the night. It will helps in a very maintaining a good digestive system, because it contains probiotics. Okay, so along with this I can say you should also avoid processed foods from the outside, like maida related stuff, breads, biscuits, all those things. So this, if you avoid, and along with this, if you have a at least 3 to 4 liters of water is a very must to maintain a good hydration level in the body, and also it helps in keeping your healthy digestive system. And of course, you shouldn't forget to have at least 30 minutes of daily physical activities in a day, which will help in overall coverage of, and which will help in metabolism, good metabolism of your body, which further helps in good digestion also. Last thing I want to cover is on supplements. So why supplements? Everybody should be aware that the kind of food we are taking in today's world and the kind of cooking habit people have, so it becomes very tough to have the proper balanced diet from these kind of foods. So that's why we recommend to have a supplementation which will have a very natural and organic nutrients form, which you can take and support your digestion system. So first and the foremost thing, when I recommend from a very popular and the number one brand in the world called Nutrilite, their famous product is called Nutrilite Fiber. So this basically is a when you take with the water morning, just after the breakfast, and in the evening after the dinner. Morning before the breakfast and in the night after dinner. If you take 1 scoop each along with the water, it should be very good for you. Why I am telling about fiber? Because it helps in observing all the nutrients, supports absorption of nutrients, and also it pushes off the bad fat and helps in maintaining the gut health good. So these are the basic functions of a fiber, and you should include this. So next and the foremost thing I can say is milk thistle. So what function the milk thistle does is it helps in production of bile juice. So as I told earlier, the bile juice is very much important in digestion process. So it helps in production of bile juice and maintaining the good liver cells, so which in turn is very helpful in our digestion process. So I recommend milk thistle also. Along with this, we have another very famous product called Nutrilite herbal range called Triphala. It contains a very natural contents of the all herbal product, and it helps in maintaining the colon health, I can say. So normally there are many issues related to small intestine and the large intestine, so it will help to maintain the colon health very good, and this is very basic when it comes to digestion process. Also I recommend natural B. Why natural B? Is because it contains multi vitamins of B complex, B12, B12, B6, B4, all those things, and it helps in maintaining the good energy level. It helps in supporting your metabolism also. Also I would recommend all plant protein. As you know that Nutrilite's all plant protein is very rich in protein content of all plants, soya, peas, and it contains a PDCA score of 1. So PDCA score 1 symbolizes that it is easy in digestion, and when you take protein at least 1 scoop in the morning and 1 scoop in the evening, what it does is normally, because of the weak digestion process, and if you are having a digestion problem, normally sometimes what happens is in the stomach, the stomach walls get a little bit of damaged because of more production of acid, which normally we call it as a hydrochloric acid. So the damage caused due to HCl can be repaired with the help of all plant protein. So these are the main things which should you normally take and suggest people who are suffering from unhealthy digestion. So I wanted to cover all those things. Thank you.